Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. It belongs to the apostles and the elders of great most on you well. Salutations and hopefully elect out there. You Akim to Sadakim, that do this thing in the utmost truth and sincerity. I'm the priest Shaman. This week's topic is going to be entitled Donald Trump's strategy is prophetic and smart. Brilliant. That's what this dude is doing. When I went outside today, needed some fresh air. Went outside today. I noticed a lot of things. I noticed that a lot of markets were closed. Most businesses are closed. And what Donald Trump is doing is, the best way I could explain it is, if you have what they call a champagne bottle, and you shake it up, shake it up, shake it up, shake it up. The more you shake it up, you let it go, it's going to cause a great boom. And we saw that early today, that the stock market shot up crazy. And look, this boom, this artificial boom is inevitable, pretty much, because what you have now is you have people that you're going to give them the stimulus package. You're gonna make them hold all this money, and of course, as soon as you unleash the clubs, shit, man, brothers want to unwind again. Brothers want to go to a bar and kick it. I miss fucking going to the gym. So when that gets lifted, you're gonna have you're just gonna see a great boom, and Donald Trump, of course, is gonna take credit for it. He was smart enough to use the virus to not take blame for the recession, because the shit was inevitable anyways, right? It was long overdue. But what he did was he was able to do that economic warfare against China to knock them out from that first spot. While all this hysteria is going on, he was able to also put sanctions on Venezuela and Iran. Look, when stuff like this is happening, it's good to look at stuff behind the scenes, right? Because what's the name of that act? There's an act that was created in 1950s during the South Korean War, I believe. And this is why you see all this. They were able to establish martial law bases, put more martial law troops and all these stuff on the ground. All right, and when you do that, think about it. If this thing was being done normally, it'll raise suspicion. But with the media blowing up this, whole situation, hyping this whole situation, just using fear, the same fear tactic to manipulate people, just like they did with September 11th, other different viruses, AIDS, HIV pandemic. That's when you issue out different laws. You take advantage of people's fear. You know, any little thing somebody hears, it's like news, and it's endless, right? So you hold people in, you suppress people in, people that are itching to spend money, and as soon as you let them loose, not only are they going to spend money, they're going to spend money in debt. They put in not only a $2 trillion stimulus package in, but an infinite stimulus package in, and that's great, you know, that's great. Because look, if it's okay, so let's say, for example, if Donald Trump was to let these companies go bankrupt, keep the stock market down, all this type of shit, we'll be here a lot fucking longer, because actually that would be a sound economic move. That would actually bring back buying power to the dollar, because it would take less of the dollar out of circulation. But we don't want that. We want this thing to collapse. And guess what? These international bankers want the same thing, because it's not only the United States, but all these different nations are doing it. And I've been saying but the scriptures speak about a digital currency, all right? With this RFID microchip technology situation that's inevitable, right? We know that. And Yahoo Finance released an article that said, with this stimulus package, expect a new digital currency, right? Because if they were to, again, do the right thing, which is to cause these people to go bankrupt, man, we'd be here a lot fucking longer, man, all right? Because that would actually make the dollar recover long term. They want the dollar to collapse, you know? We want the dollar to collapse. The faster this shit happens, the quicker, you know, we out of here, you know? And for that to happen, you have to hyperinflate this currency to, just like how every fiat currency fell prior, whether it be the Roman denarius, the Greek drachma, all these different fiat currencies, whenever the government took control of them, they eventually all fell, you know? So Donald Trump is setting himself up for his next re-election. I'll tell you one thing, people vote with their pockets, man, all right? This dude, Donald Trump, put more money in your pocket than Obama did. When Obama was in office, he passed all this healthcare shit. I was on salary at the time. That shit came right out my paycheck. When Trump is in office, I get more of my money per week than what Donald Trump. That's how come this guy is always trending up in the polls. It's a business strategy, but beyond the business strategy, it's also prophetic, man. All right, this thing that, you know, the way everything is being played out, you can see that the Mossad is the one that's really moving all these chess pieces, because with the mass hysteria of the coronavirus, he was able to push forth martial law. Those war tensions did not die down but intensified. This dude was able to target the enemies of the United States. You know what I'm saying? Russia's fighting back with dropping the price of oil. That's also going to hurt the dollar. So there's a lot of things that's happening prophetically that the pieces are being moved. All right. I mean, eventually oil is going to spike back up, whether it's with the dollar currency or with a digital currency. That shit is going to spike back up. But all these pieces that are being moved right now is being moved to, again, hurt this dollar. This shit is about to be absolutely nothing sooner than we think, man. Because with the help of social media, words spread fast. You know, they was able to have a major recession in a matter of 3 months. Because remember, that thing is just people's emotions. Words spread fast quickly now. So when on the flip side, that's going to shoot things up quickly. But the more the better, man. The more money they pump into this balloon, the greater the collapse is going to be, you know. And man, scriptures, peace and safety, then sudden destruction. That's going to cause us a lot of fucking people to be back at ease, and you know, we in the club, and Donald Trump gave us the most money ever with this great boom and all this type of shit. This false sense of hope, you know. But the ones that have the knowledge, have the scriptures, guess what? We see the full picture of what is being done. You know, the full picture of what this thing is gonna do, man. This thing, short term, is gonna look like an economic boom, because this is gonna be an economic boom. It's gonna look great. But if you see the larger picture, this is the collapse of the dollar, man, and the issuing in of the new system, man. All right. If all these countries do it at the same time, let's think about this. If all these countries are doing the same thing right now, their currency is weak, they plan to inflate the fuck out of the whatever stock exchange they at, pump more money into the society. If it all fails at once, they could all issue that digital currency at once, man. And shit, man, that's what we want, man. Look, we want to get the fuck out of here as soon as possible. And Donald Trump has been one of the most prophetic presidents so far, man. All right, dude. Just in a matter of 3 months, things are escalating at a very high pace, man. All right. See, Barack Obama, he was a homosexual, he was a deviant, and he was pro-war. The dude did do that. The dude bombed like 7 countries and got a Nobel Peace Prize for it, while saying that he was de-escalating nukes. He was actually allocating nukes. So, you know, he did his thing. But this dude, Donald Trump, bro, whew, this dude is with the wars, with the downfall of the economy, with the situation earlier in the year with the Hebrew Israelites. This is, and Scripture says the last Trump. But you know, that's just that's talking about, of course, the missiles. But it's a nomen that this dude name is Donald Trump, man. And in the definition, there's a word called trumpery. The book of Ezekiel says the deceived and the deceiver are his. So the Mosai is deceiving them to think, okay, we came up with this great strategy to get this guy reelected, to further America. But that's the Mosai's that's the Mosai playing that chess, because what that is doing is actually furthering prophecies. Okay. Hey, so with that quick little lesson, man, this guy right here, man, this guy, whew, he's the Mosai is definitely using this dude, man. Hey, with that, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rakakudash. That belongs to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone True Well. And salutations to the hopeful elect out there. You Akim to Sadakim that do this thing in the utmost truth and sincerity. Shalom.